Hey guys, how's it going? I just got finished watching the Supergirl Season 1, Episode 10 episode, Childish Things. Sorry, I said episode twice. Oh well. Before we get into this episode will contain spoilers, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, click away from this video, watch the episode, and come back. Alright. Basically, I like TV shows that sometimes will focus, while they do focus on a protagonist, they will sometimes have a story about the side characters as well. And you definitely have this in this episode. Kind of like with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where a lot of the stories are concentrated on Buffy, and then Willow and Xander and Giles would get their own little episodes. We get one for Winn. Winn, we learned earlier that his father was incarcerated in prison. We find out in this episode that his father is the Toyman, who was a minor Superman villain back in the day, and they brought him in as a Supergirl villain. So I'm really liking how they're doing that. Supergirl didn't really have a lot of main villains, I guess. She kind of borrowed from the various DC Universe's villains. And probably the big exception is really Maxwell Lord. I think he's going to be the main villain for this TV show. And he's actually in this episode, and we get to find out a tad bit more about the strange, mysterious girl he has hooked up to all these IVs and machines and stuff like that. And we also learn at the very end, he does find out about Kara and Alex, that there are sisters, and he does find out who Supergirl's secret identity is. The episode starts off, though, with a really cool scene where Supergirl and John Jones are flying around, and he's trying to teach her advanced flying techniques. And it's just really cool to see Martian Manhunter finally as a live-action character. I loved him in the old Justice League series from the 90s. So, we have that, and we have Alex trying to convince him to use his powers to spy on Maxwell Lord, which he's really reluctant to do, but we're not quite sure why. What happened with Martian Manhunter? What pushed him over the edge? He said that he was out in the open for 50 years, and it got him. He was hunted down. Maybe that could be it. But I just got this strange feeling it was like one specific instance that made him want to just go into hiding, basically. Like I said before, the main story of this episode is Winn's father and Winn's relationship to his father. The actor playing Winn's father, the Toyman, was pretty good. He was creepy yet a bit charming. You kind of felt sorry for the guy. He didn't become a supervillain because he was splashed by toxic radiation or had his face cut up, into a Joker smile or anything like that. He was just a guy who felt that he was wronged by the system. He had a lot of expressions. He used to bottle stuff up, and finally it just blew. He just had a mental breakdown, and that's how he became the supervillain. I really liked the yo-yo with the blades at the first. I thought that was pretty cool. I mentioned Buffy the Vampire Slayer earlier. And there is a FBI agent named Chase that looked really familiar through the entire episode. And I found out at the very end she's Emma Caulfield from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So that was pretty cool. All in all, though, it was a great episode. It was a good episode. I am enjoying this TV show. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers as much as I can. But I did read something that Bizarro Girl is going to show up, which maybe that's the blonde girl that Lloyd is keeping in his little basement thing. Maybe that's who that's supposed to be. This show is already shown it's not afraid to deviate from the canon comic book storylines, which I think is kind of a double-edged sword in a way. Sometimes it's good to kind of branch out to explore new avenues of a story like that. You keep telling the same story over and over and over and over. It gets a little boring. Sometimes it's good to see something in a bright, fresh light, to take a different path that the story might not have taken otherwise. So there we go. Sorry this video is late. I'm tired. I had a rough day today, so I'm going to go ahead and end it now, and I will see you guys later on. Alright, bye.